What are the universal safety rules, and aren't they just for new shooters? Let's talk about that. Hey everybody, this is Mike with Personal Protection Academy. So you know about the universal safety rules, but aren't they just for beginning shooters, or does everybody have to follow them? Well, let's be honest. Let's talk about them and let's find out. So what's the title? Universal safety rules. Universal means all the time, everywhere, every place. You obey these rules, okay? So let's talk about them individually. Treat every firearm as if it's always loaded. It doesn't matter what you think the condition of the gun is. It doesn't matter what your friend or your instructor tells you the condition of the gun is. Gun is always loaded. I've never seen anyone who said, well, Mike, I have two sets of rules, one for loaded guns and one for unloaded guns. I have never heard of that, but I have heard a lot of people say, oh, it's okay, it's not loaded. That means you have two sets of rules, one for loaded guns and one for unloaded guns. That's where we start to get in trouble. Number two, never point a gun at anything that you are not willing to destroy. Firearms are outstanding at destroying things. You should never point a gun at something you're not willing to destroy. Point it at the ground or point it at your target. I don't want to shoot the ground, but if I'm gonna shoot something, I'd rather shoot the ground or my target. If I'm going to be foolish and unsafe with a firearm, it would be better to go off in the ground. So keep the ground pointed, keep the gun pointed to the ground or at your target. And that's it. Those are the only two things we're willing to destroy. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. This is always applicable. Contrary to what some people may say, guns don't go off unless you pull the trigger. Manufacturers take loaded guns and drop them from 6 feet, and they don't go off. You've got to pull the trigger, or a gun doesn't go off. So if you don't want the gun to go off, don't go anywhere near the trigger. It's that simple. So keep your finger high up on the slide, away from the trigger guard and away from the trigger. Don't go anywhere near the trigger until you're ready for the gun to be discharged. Make this more normal than this, so that you're always being safe. That finger should be high up on the slide. And the fourth and the final one, be sure of your target and what's behind it. Be sure of your target and what's behind it. So two things that we're looking at there. You've got to be sure of your target. You can't just be shooting at random bumps in the night or silhouettes standing at the foot of your bed. You have to know that the thing that you're looking to destroy also wants to destroy you. You cannot just shoot at somebody because they've voted for the wrong person or rooted for the wrong team, or you think they're the bad guy. You better know. You got to know what your target is. Knowing what's behind it. How is that relevant? Why does that matter? I don't know. You might miss, or you might overpenetrate. Every round that comes out of your gun is your responsibility, legally, morally, ethically, and religiously. You have to protect innocent life. Scumbags don't care. If I got a busload of nuns behind me, they'll shoot at me, no problem. We have that moral and ethical dilemma that we don't want innocent people to die. So if you shoot at your adversary and you miss or you overpenetrate, where does that round go? What happens if you shoot 5 shots at me and you got 4 shots beautifully placed in the center of the chest? One goes over my shoulder 2 blocks down the road and hits Susie Pigtails on a tricycle. You're responsible for that too. So these are your universal safety rules. They always apply. Don't become an advanced or an intermediate shooter and start thinking that this is for the new guys. If there is a gun present on the range, in your home, on your waist, in the car, these rules apply. Okay, hope that helps. Take care. See you guys on the range.